So first things first is always going to be to read the question, most important part. We're told that the amplifier below is powered from an unstable supply, 5 volts plus 0.5 volts sine omega t. The even variation. The amplifier is implemented with an op-amp whose partial specifications are at a plus minus 3 volt supply. So already we noticed that the op-amp we're given and the data we're given don't match up because this is powered with plus minus 3 volts and this is powered with plus 5 volts, right? This doesn't even hit negative values. It zeroes out at ground, right? So we need to figure out how we're going to translate this specific piece of information, because this question here is asking us, what is the amplifier output voltage range? Output voltage range, we need to translate this, which is in a plus minus 3 volt range, to the plus 5 plus 0.5 volts to this ground, right? Now, due to limitations within the op-amp, Vout is never ever going to truly saturate and hit VCC, but Vout will always be close to VCC. So Vout max tends to be somewhat close to VCC plus, and then same for V min, right? And the boundary between the difference between these two numbers is going to tend to be constant. Even if we change the VCC, the internal circuitry isn't going to change, so the same voltage drops are still going to occur. So if we observe that when VCC is equal to 3 plus minus 3 volts, that Vout ranges from minus 2.7 to 2.7 volts, then we know that there's always going to be a 0.3 volt, difference, right? Which means that even if I change VCC, I should observe that 0.3 volt difference. So this op-amp here will have a plus 0.3 volt difference inside of its boundaries, right? And we want to take the worst cases at all time because we want to assume the worst possible thing has happened and account for that. Now, what we see is that this will range from 0 right up until 5.5 volts or 4.5 volts. Yes, small ranges tend to be bad, so we want to pick the smallest range possible, right? And in that case, it's going to be 0 to 4.5 volts. We also observed earlier that there is a plus 0.3 volt boundary difference from the rails. So our actual range is going to be 0.3 volts to 4.2 volts. And that is the output voltage range of a 5 volt amplifier given these parameters. Okay.